What is not illegal, but is creepy? Going on a nice nighttime walk with your shovel. Visually lusting after people in public places. There was a man 2 years ago in my city who would park his car and use binoculars to stare at women in public places. And even go inside places with the binoculars and check them out in the stores, etc. He would have his tongue out, do a weird smile, and make other creepy gestures when he did it. And when people called him out on it, he would admit to it and say it's his freedom. To make matters even more disgusting, he would even look at underage girls. It got to the point where he was kicked out of several public places in the area. The police were contacted after several people filmed him. And unfortunately, there is nothing they could do. Every public place in the world is free to kick him out. But there is nothing illegal about checking out people in public. He can look at anyone he wants. Dolls. Basically all of them. The amount of private information pertaining to your home/marriage/permits that are readily available to the public. I'm an insurance agent. And if I can't get a hold of a client to get info on their house, I go to the county assessor site. Depending on the county, shit can get real. Some counties only state the basics: address, date of sale/chain of title, amount, and plot of land. Some counties, however, list literally everything about your house. And if you follow the chain of title and go digging around on those super specific websites, you can find marriage and divorce decrees, permits, licenses, etc. You can get a pretty damn good picture of someone's life if you look hard enough. The emergency alert system noise. It's helpful, but the sound is creepy. Walking right behind someone on an otherwise empty sidewalk. Those YouTube videos of sex-obsessed incel men who go up to random women in public and ask them about sex or make them answer questions that if they get wrong, they have to kiss them/give their number/etc. Sitting on the lap of a random bearded fat guy and telling him what you've wanted most all year. Half of the shit on this here website. Hair dolls. In the USA, a woman can rape an underage boy and then sue them for not paying child support. R/18 NSFW. Or any fixation on barely legal teens for that matter. An 18-year-old dating a 50-year-old. Slowly biting into a raw eggplant like an apple. Almost everyone in Walmart at 3 a.m. Someone on here once said digging at night and it stuck with me ever since. Anyone know who it was? My neighbors. College guys going back to their high school for dates. Dark web chat rooms. Like damn. Sometimes people on there are normal, but most of the time those are the creepiest people I've ever come across. Anyone can come onto your property and it is legal unless you put up a no trespassing sign. Learned this past summer when a creepy neighbor tied a white balloon outside of my bedroom, and when I opened shade in the morning, there it was. Cops said it was okay BC I didn't post a sign. Who knew? The age of consent in the Philippines. Looking at other people on the beach with binoculars. Keeping a box of chicken bones in your closet. Those YouTube families that are showing off their kids. Dating someone who is just the legal age of consent when you're much older. Californians shitting on the sidewalks. I stayed at a motel once where you could get the room with bars on the windows for an extra $20s. Most lowly anything but especially hentai. Raping your wife until the 90s. Owning a flamethrower. Taking inappropriate pictures of women without their consent. Someone smelling you. Like really sniffing your scent. Cannibalism. It's not illegal. It's the way you get body. Calling women females. Netflix, cuties. I've always felt this, but showing naked babies on like America's Funniest Home Videos and shows like that, pervs can be watching that shit. And I don't think they even blur it half the time. WTF. When my cat licks his butt for a while. Then stops and gazes off into the distance with that 1,000-yard stare. What the hell is he contemplating? Better medical care for rich people. Owning a windowless van just cause. Being an adult man alone at a playground. Keeping dead cats in the freezer. Thanks for that, Mom. Growing up I thought reaching behind a pile of dead cats to get to the ice cream was normal. Edit, German shepherds aren't illegal to keep frozen either. Filming and harassing PPL, via filming, in public. I get it. You have no expectation of privacy in public. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. Edit, and I'm not talking about PPL who have a legit reason to film. Either because someone is harassing them. Car accident. Or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about PPL shoving cameras in PPL's faces to be a nuisance. Screaming First Amendment stalking women by taking their pictures and using the law to continue to harass them. Or such tactics as the above just to be a pain in the ass because you can. Reddit. In state I live in you can have sex with a male goat but not a female goat. I have no idea what these farmers have done. Children's beauty pageants. Gross. Paparazzi. It's ridiculous that they're basically allowed to stalk and harass people because it's their job. I don't know how they're able to live with themselves. Collecting your cum in a jar all year long and then sending it as a Christmas present to your crush. Fucking a tree on your own property. Loli/shota porn, at least the drawn kind. Yeah. It's not illegal. But I'll judge the hell out of you if that's what you get off to. No. She's actually 3.000 years old isn't a valid excuse. Hanging out in parks in the summer/fall and shamelessly ogling underage girls' cross-country teams as they stretch before runs. Pretending to be a female on Tinder. Those TV shows about a high school teen's sex life. It's one thing to have that part of the story cause of course it's teenagers, but having whole ass shows centered on it is weird AF. Dmang Redditors who voluntarily flash their titties to see if you are special enough to get a unique titty flash. You are not. Crushing over a girl for 9.5 years and generally being a creep about it. That was a reference to Gunther from Friends BTW. Forcing children in school to wait before they can poop. Making your students sign a contract that they will wait to have sex until marriage in public school. Farting into the intake of your husband's CPAP machine. Putting underwear into other, women, shoppers' carts. There are still US states where you can marry a child if their parents consent to the marriage. At that point you can have sex with the child. If the child wishes to leave, they cannot seek a divorce because they are still a minor and thus not old enough to initiate the legal proceedings. I think it's much worse than just creepy. But it is creepy. Thanks for watching.